one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it because you can.
The story comes to us from the USA Today. USA Today brings this one out of Phoenix, Arizona. When I get to Phoenix, the sun will be rising. The cop will be knocking at my door. Thank you, Glenn Campbell. A Phoenix man was shot by the police after they mistook him for a domestic violence suspect on Friday night. They mistook him for mistook. See, and you guys think you're free in America. I'm telling you, I've said it again. Let me say it one more time. You're only as free in this country as law enforcement will allow you to be. Oh yeah. If they have a badge on and they have, state certification to be a law enforcement officer, they could take your freedom and just go, I'm going to write in here that he, yeah. We're not free. I mean, we may live freely, but there's that old saying that I see in the comment section all the time, back to blue until it happens to you. The 38-year-old man was taken to a hospital to be treated for non-life-threatening injuries. An officer also sustained minor injuries in the incident. But police said they received a call about a domestic violence incident at an apartment around 8 p.m. The caller said her cousin's boyfriend was trying to kick the door in while wielding a knife. The suspect fled into an alley. When officers arrived at the scene, they spotted a man they believed was the suspect and gave him verbal commands. They spotted a man. I'm going to get back to that in a second. According to police, the man ignored the orders and ran off. Officers ran after the man, giving further commands and discharging less lethal tools at him as he continued running. Now, why did he run? We'll see if they say. But when I said I'll get back to that in a second, I remember when some of the Kaipa deputies were on a call, and there was 3-4 cars there. They were pulled in really super fast. They were out, and I got out to see what was going on. I'm like, let me go see what's going on. And I got my camera and stuff. And the sergeant walks up, and the sergeant's no longer in Yucaipa. He moved to a different station. But he walked up to me and he goes, you got to be careful coming up here. I go, well, I'm right here. I'm in an open area. I'm standing here with you can see it's an iPhone. And he goes, yeah, but you're out here. We're looking for a suspect and you're out here. You could get shot. Okay. We don't know who you are. We could just shoot you thinking you're the suspect. And I said, so you just shoot any person that walks up? He goes, you didn't hear me. We're looking for a suspect. I go, okay. So I interpreted his warning, I guess, or whatever it was, as, we're looking for somebody, and if we see somebody, it could be him, so we'll just shoot him. Because that's what he said to me. You could get shot. Like, what? And I wasn't sneaking or anything. I was standing in the open. All of them, I walked up real slow. I had my hand out like this. Or maybe I had it like, sometimes I hold my hand like that so they can see that it's empty. And but I had my phone up and I was just recording out in the open, standing there watching them. I wasn't hiding. I wasn't, and and he said that. So my point of saying that is, that's what happens. These cops get these calls and they go out there with their adrenaline up, like, we're going to get somebody. Here we go. Here it comes. And what happens, the wrong person gets snatched up and, detained or tased or worse. So it happens all the time. They said once the man was near 15th and Brill Street, he pulled out a handgun and pointed it at officers. That's what they're saying. Officers continued to use less lethal tools as the man's behavior continued as they made their way through the neighborhood. Around 8:17, an officer shot the man with a shotgun while another officer drove a marked patrol car into him. The seriously injured man was detained and taken to a hospital. His handgun was found to be a pellet gun that looked like a semi-automatic. The officer who drove the SUV into the man was taken to a hospital for minor injuries. What, he hit his head on the steering wheel? Maybe it knocked some sense into him. An investigation found that the man police questioned and ultimately injured was not the domestic violence suspect. The man police shot and struck with a patrol cruiser has not been named. Well, he's a victim, right? Now, the break-in suspect still remains at large. They still don't know who he is. Well, he's a cousin, right? She said he was her cousin. But, some people will go, well, he had a gun. He pulled a gun. You don't pull a pellet gun on cops. Well, he pulled the gun. Well, and all of that. Yeah, I get it. Sometimes people do wrong, and I'm not going to excuse that. If he did pull that and he's wrong, he should have just went, hey, man, what? I'm not the guy. I have a pellet gun, or whatever. Yeah, he should have did that. He shouldn't have ran, of course. What's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is for you cops, stop escalating everything like, oh my God, man, there's the suspect. De-escalate. You ever hear that word, de-escalation? Hey, are you so-and-so? Hey, were you over at the apartment over there? Can we talk to you for a second?